Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Omega and Singapore. So in the last episode we went quite in depth into our situation and our future strategy, and today we are finally going to start the game. But before we do, a couple of notes. I forgot to actually set up our army and navy, so you can see that we have the army here. We have only one general, Lieutenant General No Yat Chung, and we have two navies. We have the Republic of Singapore Navy and we have the Republic of Singapore Navy subs. These four subs are actually fairly old and they have all been imported from Sweden, which sold these submarines to Singapore for not very much, and they undergone a significant refit in Singapore because originally they were in visioned for Baltic Sea, and the sea around Singapore is quite different. There's a really nice reading about it in Wikipedia. Interestingly, in 2011 I think they sold a couple more submarines of a more modern class to Singapore. So yeah, the trade of Navy ships and equipment is going well for Singapore. Anyway, so we have the subs, we have four of them, and we have the Navy here. We have Victory class, Fearless class, and Endurance class helicopter operators. The rest is corvettes. Unfortunately, I found out that we do not have a template for the Victory class, so those ships can only be either kept as they are or decommissioned. We can upgrade, however, the Endurance class helicopter operators and the Fearless class corvette. So we'll see how it's gonna go. I've also put a production on the Fearless class in our queue, but considering we don't have any resources, this is gonna take a huge amount of time. This single corvette is gonna take more than 4 years to be built. Well, what can we do? We have no resources, at least for now. At least for now. So with that said, we can go ahead and unpause the game. We have the Tiger of Peninsula, but we've already gained the political power and the stability that comes with it. I've also managed to immediately increase the net income that we have by actually envisioning, or well, not envisioning, but actually downright increasing the additional consumption of electricity, because here we had it set to no power restrictions, which gave us 0.35 billion every week. But if we can easily go with some additional consumption, which gives us more political power gain, construction speed, increases power consumption, but it gives extra tax revenue, or we can go with heavy additional consumption, which further increases all the bonuses but also power use. And because we can fulfill that, it gives us small maluses, but these maluses are much lower than if we didn't go over. So for us at this point, it is best to keep it like this. I also went through the tree, and there is energy efforts here, which give us research bonus for fuel and oil processing, tax and industry, which could be pretty good, and gives energy efforts, which gives us fossil fuel power plants power generation plus 5%, fossil fuel power plants fuel consumption lowered by 2.5%, nuclear reactor power generation plus 5%, nuclear reactor fuel consumption lowered by 2.5%, reactor construction speed increased by 5%, renewable energy infrastructure construction speed by 5%, and fossil fuel power plants construction speed increased by 5%. And then you can boost it more by the improved power plant efficiency, or you can build a new power plant via the expand fossil fuels focus. And then you have the reinforced electrical infrastructure, further boosting your bonuses and the first reactor. So that is something we should consider. While I was investigating it, because this is a completely new part of the game, I also found that we can buy fuel from the market here. For 50,000 fuel, we would spend 0.1 billion, so we can buy it easily with our current money influx. So we are fine. We are fine as far as that goes. We don't have to import oil, actually. We can just buy fuel from the market, which is good, that is good. So now let's unpause it, see what the game is going to hit us with, but we'll let it run. I'm mostly interested in the manpower and our units. Okay. USS Cole bombing happened, but are you telling me? No, we have the manpower there. No, we actually don't. Okay. So we don't even have enough manpower to fill the units that we already have. That's something that I didn't consider. Yeah, we have almost 17,000 men. But we're mobilizing. Okay, so more people are gonna come. So we'll see where it stops and what our actual manpower is going to be at the end of that. So USS Cole bombing. The United States Naval Command has reported that destroyed USS Cole was attacked by Al-Qaeda network, killing 17 American servicemen. American intelligence reports point to the government of Sudan as a possible supporter of the two attackers. Okay. By the way, that's one thing that I haven't mentioned. Once we get the, what's it called, the Seek Party funds, yes, this one, and we repay the rest of our debt, we'll be left with quite a bag of money. And this bag of money we are going to use to get some factories and to get an intelligence service going. We cannot actually get it right now because we don't have the factories. So we'll lease a couple of them to be able to create the agency. And we're going to start investing in our secret service because as was mentioned in a couple of comments on one of my videos, they changed it that that upgrading the agencies now does not cost factories, but it costs money. So that is something that we can actually excel in, and we could steal a lot of secrets and technologies and stuff like that. So we shall see. Okay, so our daily gain now is 4,194 fuel, but we're gaining quite a lot of money here. And if 50,000 fuel for us, where is it? Yes, here, 50,000 fuel costs 0.1 billion, and we spend about, I don't know, let's go with 30,000 fuel per week. We are more than okay with this income. Actually, why did the income drop? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. For now, we're gonna repay the debt, and then we're gonna start investing. And yes, I know, many of you will mention that it's better to start investing immediately, but I just don't want to have any debt if we start investing, because I would much rather have a clear table. It's just, I don't know, it's a personal thing. I know that it's not the best way to go, but it's just a personal preference, and it's not gonna cost us all that much anyway. Okay, and we haven't really discussed the anti-cartel propaganda, and I think we'll have to do it. Because their influence is already quite high on us, and I don't want to give them a chance to keep going up any higher. So let's go with anti-cartel propaganda. It's gonna take 60 days, but they're gonna lose 5 political influence. We're gonna gain 3 stability, and we're gonna gain Vico stability of 0.2, so that's gonna increase our current situation our current stability and improve our situation as well. Okay, so we can speed it. I was thinking that we might want to try to target money laundering operation or anything. We'll see. Okay, Indonesia is offering us to construct 1 infrastructure in Singapore. Okay, we'll pay 0.8 billion, and they will pay 8.14. 120 days. Sure, I accept. Let's get that. It's cheap for us. Now we really should be wary of the relations with our neighbors. Indonesia likes us, Malaysia likes us way less, so while I want to improve relations with nations like United States, having good relations with our neighbors might be advisable so that they don't actually attack us. What do you guys think? I prefer not to die. Anything here that we want to spend our political power on? not really. And you guys... I'm telling you that they cost 0.5 political power to improve relations. You cost 0.2. They have Western outlook of only 16%. It might actually be good to spend some time changing their outlook using spies and influence so that we can actually turn them into a Western outlook country. That would significantly lower the amount of, well, the possibility of them attacking us. Okay, United Kingdom wants us to sign a pact of non-aggression. I am 100% for that. And our income has dropped even further because we are now trying to get rid of the cartels. But, you know, that is something that we need to do. So let's keep doing that. Okay, I think we're gonna spend a bit of political power on Malaysia here because I want to have better relations with them than 0. That is way too low for my comfort. So let's do that. So after we finish the Tiger of the Peninsula, Japan offers us to improve infrastructure as well. Sure, I accept your offer. That's gonna actually make construction in Singapore much easier for us. We're gonna go where the business is booming, which is gonna give us the production but increase or replace the economy from stable growth to fast growth. Now, I haven't really checked much on the productivity. I think it's here. Yep. Productivity is the value that determines... Hold on. Perhaps... Oh, no. Productivity is a new stat here. Productivity is the value that determines the output within our country. The value comes as an aggregate from each state's productivity divided by your nation's population. Productivity is a multiplier against all gross domestic product sources, corporate tax, and the output of every factory. If your productivity is higher than 1,000, you will see larger bonuses boosting your economic growth and the output of all your buildings. Productivity grows or falls each month passively, with that growth being impacted by our economic cycle, technologies, and national spirits, and is further scaled based on the global average productivity. Countries below the global average productivity will see their productivity grow more rapidly, while countries above will grow more slowly. Now, I like this system. So the global average is 653, and we got 1137, so we are about twice of the average global. We should actually monitor and see how it's growing or dropping. Our monthly growth is 2.85. Actually, is it in thousands or is that? No, I'm gonna guess this is just numbers. So 653 is the global, and we got 1138, and that gives us a 13.8% to factory, 13.8% bonus to factory and dockyard output, construction speed, and corporate tax. It doesn't affect the population tax. That's something that we should always remember. But yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on us to increase our economy, because that is going to give us quite a lot of extra productivity. And some of the technologies that we're working on right now are also giving a boost to that. Actually, 3 of 4 that we have. Now, one big issue that we're going to be facing here is the fact that we have only 4 research slots, and the chance that we would get more is fairly low, because we would need to increase our GDP to $1 billion. No, actually 1 trillion, 1,000 billion, yeah. So $1 trillion, and we have 185 billion, so we would need to quintuple our current, more than quintuple actually, sextuple our GDP to make it to the first threshold, What we can actually do though, and I think that could work, is get the GDP per capita to 60k, which would give us another research slot. So at least we could expand the laboratories that way. But whether or not that's gonna work, that's a question for this entire playthrough. Okay, so they're drilling. We are no longer mobilizing, and we are missing... how many? So we got all. You got nearly all. Actually, no, maybe you got... No, someone is definitely missing population because we get 0. So I think we can see it here on the recruitment. How many people do we need? So that's 1,910 men. Okay, that is a problem. So we finished the first focus, Tiger of the Peninsula, and now we can go over the businesses booming. Singaporean businesses have been booming. It is time we keep the market flowing and maintain the great Singaporean boom. So we get a bit of steel production, we spend a bit of money, but we get fast growth, which is something that I'm looking forward to. Now, considering how much steel we are missing, I don't think that's going to help us at all. But, well, I mean, it is going to help us. And we're missing only 10 of these IFVs. Okay, and we're gaining a little bit of... Okay, we're getting a little bit of experience in all of our branches, so that is good. So eventually we might want to start upgrading these IFVs. Yeah, we'll have to copy Singaporean military doctrine to the letter, pretty much, if we want to deter our enemies. Do we have supplies? We do, so it might make sense for us to actually drill you guys. Oh, you can be drilled. Are you... Yeah, you're all at max experience. Okay, so that would be a waste. Okay, I think we finished the suppression of the cartels. Yep, their political influence is now 5. Police investiture. We lose command power, political power gain, maximum command power increase, and police cost multiplier. Okay, all cartel decisions are 50% more likely to succeed. Okay, so we can boost our chances here, or utilize the military. Same thing, but costs more command power and gives us 25% more of a chance. And here we can target money laundering operations, drug running operations, or local cartel leaders. So if we target money laundering, we can investigate casinos, banks, and shell companies. Now the question is, do we want to, at this point, lower the corruption? It would give us extra research speed, yeah, I think we might want to focus on that first. Especially because we know that we are going to increase our corruption by the Sikh party funds. There are ways how you can lower corruption. Yeah, anti-corruption measures here would be lowered again. But we're not gonna go to the Republic anytime soon. Plus, I think this one requires... Yeah, we would have to go through all of this. Wasn't there though one more? No, I don't think so. Nope, there's not one more. Okay, so we'll have to save enough political power to lower the corruption so that we can increase it again. Yay. What focuses do we... what events do we have here? Tajik elections. People's Democratic Party of Tajikistan re-elected. Emomali Rahmon of the People's Democratic Party of Tajikistan, emerging outlook, single-handedly defeated all the challengers and will take over from their predecessor for the first term as Tajik leader. Okay, so Tajikistan has emerging outlook, and Sierra Leonean civil war ends. Despite help from the British and the UN troops, the governmental forces of Sierra Leone have been completely driven out of the capital Freetown. Some members of the government had time to evacuate to Nigeria. Others, unfortunate enough to be captured by the rebels, were promptly gunned down and paraded through the streets of Freetown. Well, okay, either or. Several days of looting has occurred after the fall of the government as rebels across the country celebrated their victory. The country will most likely fall to anarchy and chaos as the militias no longer have any other enemies apart from the local populace. We will need to be a bit more interventionist in our policies and serve as the global policeman, I think. Okay, let me just see. If we wanted to invest, for example, in Japan, I think you do it through this screen. Wait, oh, you don't? Hydroelectric infrastructure. Nope, you don't do it. Ah, here it is. No, it is here. So, investing in civilian industry cost 12 billion. Military costs 12.5, Naval Yard is 12, 5.5 for infrastructure, office sector is 20, and we have 12 billion in international investment. We could earn 0.013 investment income. We took some debt. So we have 12 billion in international investment. We will gain 6% return on investment on this each year. Okay, current active, is it weekly? Yeah, weekly 0.13. Okay, that makes sense. So business is booming has been finished, and now we get more monthly productivity, which is great. So the next one on the list was the Singaporean bull. Oh, but we cannot do this one because we have the Spirit Asian financial crisis. Okay, gotcha. So what was the next one? Bankers of Asia. That gives us 18.67 billion and gives us extra tax revenue multiple. Oh, that's so nice. This one is a really good one. Okay, so in recent years, Singapore has become a financial hub rivaling that of Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Tokyo. Low taxes and business incentives have seen that grow quicker and quicker. We must maintain our ability to be Asia's bankers. So not only do we get money, but we increase the foreign investment cost modifier by 10%. Tax revenue is increased by 10%, and interest rate is lowered by 1. Interest rate is going to be pretty cool, though. That is good. So let's double check the productivity. The government idea. Ah, okay. So now we could do it. Okay. So they have 658 and we got 1142. I think they might be growing faster than we are. Didn't they have like 653? 658. I should write this down. 658 and 1144. I want to see if it increases more for us or more for them. Events or decision timeout. Okay, first infrastructure is gonna be built in Singapore. We had 5 or looking at Japan instead. No, we had 3 out of 5. Okay, so this should put us to maximum, and because we had that focus done, we now have a bit of steel, which quite dramatically increases the production of our IFVs. I like that. Let me know. How much for the upgrade? 9. I mean, it makes them significantly stronger. 1 extra soft attack, 0.1 extra hard attack. Breakthrough is 7, and defense increased by 1.1. And even speed is increased. It's because of the engine though. If we kept the original... No, but that barely makes sense, really. And we need to start buying fuel soon, because we are really burning it at a rapid pace. I'm gonna let it drop to about 30 days, and then we're gonna make our first purchase. Insufficient resources. Well, what would you know? We are Singapore, and we do not have resources. What a shocker! So do you want to go with the Singaporean wool? I mean, I wanted it because it gives us access to the anti-foreign investment, which gives us an extra civilian factor, and we could use it because that would double the construction speed of our bunkers. And so does the mouth of Malay and the entrepot. So let's go with Sikh party farms first, because I like that one. I'd like to get rid of the debt and start our investments, and then we can switch around. The continued rise would give us an economic boom, which is really good. Okay, it's 4th of May, so now let's check how the productivity went up. Okay, so the productivity of us went up by 4 and that went up by 2. Okay, so we're actually getting more productivity and we're rising faster than everyone else. So that's good. That's what we need to see, and that's how we need to keep it. Okay, the infrastructure is going to be done soon. Okay. I wonder if it's going to increase the amount of steel we're going to get here. I mean, base, I think, is 5. Okay. So 4 is from Singapore, and we're already going to align the owners and the national bankers. Okay. So ceasefire between Ethiopia and Eritrea. The government of Ethiopia and Eritrea have agreed to cease hostilities and declare a ceasefire. Ever since the conflict started in 1998, the Organization of African Unity has been trying to propose a peace plan to solve the border conflict between the two countries. It seems that the countries have finally agreed to try and solve their issues peacefully. Finally. And India recognizes Tibet as China. In an attempt to speed up resolutions of the border dispute, India and China on Tuesday agreed to appoint a special representative to explore, from the political perspective of the overall bilateral relationship, a framework on the boundary settlement. In the first ever joint declaration of principles of relations and comprehensive cooperation, signed by Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and his Chinese counterpart Wen Jiabao, India recognized that the Tibetan Autonomous Region is part of the territory of the People's Republic of China. Okay. That's interesting. And we will be able to lower corruption in just a couple of days. Have we finished influencing our neighbor? Yep, we did. Okay. Nothing more we can do? Nope. We can improve relations with you now. We're gonna do it one by one, just to make sure that everything is going well. And you can actually like us because of the same opinion. And large commercial relations plus 20. This might actually come to the focus is over here. Trade with Sri Lanka, Singaporean foreign aid, Madagascar trade routes, the Philippines, Japanese, Singapore, US agreement, trade influence. Oh, no, that's wrong button, but India? Myanmar, Cambodia, Bangladesh, Maldives, Fiji, and 11 others. Okay, that might be good, but I'm kind of surprised that we don't see anything targeted on our neighbors here. Assassination of Rafik Hariri. Today, when the Prime Minister of Lebanon was leaving Parliament in his motorcade, a car bomb exploded while passing the St. George Hotel. Hariri, along with 21 other people, died in the explosion, leaving 220 others wounded. Responsibility for the attack has been claimed by the Nasra and Jihad Group of Greater Syria, a previously unknown organization. Many believe that the Syrian government is behind the assassination, as Hariri was an outspoken critic of the occupation. The leader of the Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, is claiming that the attack was orchestrated by Israel to force Syria to leave Lebanon. Okay, I don't buy that, but okay. Okay, productivity. So when is it updated? Is it updated every first? Or how does that work? Okay, so we finished the Bankers of Asia. And now we can get the Sikh Party Funds, which is gonna give us $150 billion. But increase our corruption, which we can then turn down. Actually, we might be able to turn it down before that, because this one is going to take 70 days. The PAP has extensive connections within all walks of life in Singapore. We should call on some of those resources to gain some free spending in exchange of favors or greater rights in the country. Yeah, that sounds like corruption to me. So will it update on the 1st? I think it ought to. Yeah, 148. But the global one increased, but our didn't. Do I need to... Nope. Interesting. Our productivity did not increase. 2.6. Okay, now it did. So the global one updates roughly every 1st, and our upgrades around the 15th. Okay, but I'm fine with that. So let's end this episode by reading the Cedar Revolution. Since the assassination of Rafik Hariri in Lebanon, the country has been in constant state of demonstration. Almost daily, the Lebanese population has gathered on the streets in protest of Syria's occupation. Today, the Syrian president Hafez al-Assad announced that the Syrian troops would be leaving the country. Hurrah for democracy. Well, okay. On that note, we're gonna end the episode here. Once we start the next episode, we're gonna buy some fuel because our... well, we're running out of fuel pretty dramatically, but we are doing good. We have almost enough political power to lower the corruption. We have fast growth, and I believe that we have access... Where was it? Continue the run. This one. So we will need to... Yeah, let's finish these so that we can get the economic boom to get jump started on the productivity as much as we can. Sikh Party funds will pay for our debt, and we can even start some investment. And once that actually happens, I would like to, well, free primary to free universal stability. Are they health clinics? Well, those are expensive, but the free universal quality healthcare, we might want to do that now. Stability research speed was 20. Oh yeah, we need that one now. So let's end the episode by actually changing free primary and secondary education with free universal education and free universal quality education. because that is going to give us a lot of boost, and especially for research. I should have maybe done that earlier, but I wanted to keep that for when we finish the corruption. But the bonuses are just too good, and the money aren't all that high. Yep. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.